everybody, Darshan, Gobinda and Suki. We thought we'd start off with just some questions about things that people might be asking us at the moment. So I guess we'll start off with one of the things people might be wondering. What's the one thing that we've learned about ourselves during the COVID-19 period?
On a kind of a more humorous level, I've learned that I really love peanut butter.
Yeah.
I actually really love it, and I love the crunchy and not the smooth. So that's one thing that I probably would never have learned if I wasn't stuck in my house most of the day. On a more serious level, this is a recent learning. So where are we now? Week 7 or 8 are we? I don't know, something like that. It's all a blur. But I think I've learned that not everything needs to be responded to. And that's, I think, or maybe this is just my family, that sometimes there can be quite a lot of tension if you're all kind of in the same space most of the time. Like, is it like, for example, if someone doesn't like something that I've cooked, say, it's so minor, but when you put effort into anything, it does hurt you a little bit. But actually, do I need to respond to it, or do I need to respond and feel worse for it? Because then I will feel kind of a bit like, oh, I should have just left it, it's not a biggie, and I will forget about it the day after. It's those kind of small things. I think that's what I've learned more recently. There's probably loads, but that's the only thing that's coming into mind at the moment.
So I guess as you were talking, I was thinking about, what kind of food do I like? And yes, rice cakes and peanut butter are my favourites at the moment, just because they're so simple. And when you're working from home, no one's got time, I guess, to make a lavish breakfast or anything. So for me, it's rice cakes and peanut butter. On another note, and I think we touched on this last week, that I think we've all been faced with we're always faced with death, whether it's COVID or not. I think we can cross the road and get run over, or anything can happen to us. But I think it's that in that bizarre way that I touched on last week, that it doesn't really bother me as much now, death. I think it's all going to come to us at some point. And I feel as if now that I look back, I think I've had a really good life. So if anything was to happen like now or tomorrow, it would be okay. Like, I wouldn't have any regrets. And the fact that I'm self-sufficient, that I don't need to rely on mother-in-laws and my mom for cooking. I can do everything myself, which is lovely, because actually you're so used to, obviously, parents cooking for you or doing things for you. It's like, actually, no, I can do it all myself. It's fine.
I think what I was thinking that I've learned is nothing new about my eating habits. I already knew I was a sugar addict, and that's just been confirmed during lockdown, so that's fine. I know that. But in terms of thinking a little bit more seriously, I think I've learned that a simpler life isn't necessarily a worse experience for my kids, because I always thought that they need stimulation, they need play dates, they need to be going out of the house a lot, they need all these different experiences, going to museums, aquariums, all sorts of things. And I used to spend a lot of time planning, what am I going to do with my kids next week, how can I fill up their time? But we've not done anything, and they're the happiest they've ever been. And they're less stressed, they're kind of able to spend time with each other in a way that there's less conflict, less arguing. They're able to get along. There's a lot more imaginative play. They basically kind of just get on with it, and they're really enjoying their time. So that's been a massive, and even not just my kids, but me as well. Like, I don't need to go out to have a great time. Like, we've got what we need within our home, within our family unit. So that's been an awesome learning for me, really. Yeah.
Well, mine is a bit similar to yourselves, and Darshan, coincidentally, just that I'm a home bird. I've always been a bit of a home bird. My kind of night out would be a night in. I prefer to kind of stay at home, and people come to my house rather than me going out to theirs. And so this experience for me has been like, actually, do you know what? It's all like, I just got a message coming up that this experience for me is confirmed that actually, do you know what? Like, my life, how it has been, it's like, for me, like, God has prepared me for this and my family. So I was saying to one of my friends last week that, my kids haven't been stressed about this or totally phased. So they've not kind of really said to me, you know what, we need to go out, or we're really bored. They've always been home birds. We all have, actually. So it's been less stressful for us because I haven't had to really keep them occupied or homeschool them or find them things to do or get these so many worksheets downloaded from the websites or anything. They've just been themselves. We've really been ourselves at home, just being us, just being ourselves. I've never believed in kind of keeping kids busy. I think that's a kind of dangerous way to kind of bring up children, like kind of like you said, Darshan, earlier about, you know, going to aquariums, the parks, the you know theme parks or whatever. I've just thought that, you know, they need to learn to be within themselves rather than seeking outside, what's the word I'm looking for? Outside resources. I want them to use their resources from inside. So just think that in some way that the higher being has really like prepared us for this in our family setting already. So that's, I've always questioned my parenting style. I've always felt a bit out there with my parenting. It's a bit too all over the place, but actually, you know what, it's really thought that with these kind of times we can survive. It's okay that, you know, the kids haven't been stressed or anything. Yeah.